Genre: Expository text. Compare texts. Read about kids who are making a difference in their partaking in public service. There is no doubt about it. Volunteering is an important part of American life. About 27% of us volunteer in some way. This means that 1 American out of every 4 is performing a public service. Many volunteers are teens and children. In fact, in the last 20 years, the number of teen volunteers in this country has doubled. Youth service organizations, such as 4-H clubs, have grown in popularity. Kids join local volunteer groups to give back to their communities. They work together to help others and to improve their schools and neighborhoods. Community projects may include planting gardens or collecting food and clothing. Some kids raise money for local charities. The volunteer opportunities are limitless. Top 4 volunteer activities for kids. Fundraising. General labor. Collecting, handing out food. Teaching younger kids. Some amazing young people have truly taken volunteering to the next level. They show the rest of us what public service is all about. Alex Lynn supports the idea of recycling, but he's not concerned with the kind that involves bottles and cans. Instead, he urges others to recycle e-waste, which is electronic garbage. Electronics, such as computers and game systems, have chemicals that can hurt the earth. They must be recycled and stored safely. Alex was just 9 years old when he formed the WIN Community Service Team to recycle electronics. By the time he was 16, he had recycled 300,000 pounds of e-waste. He also helped to write a law against e-waste in his home state of Rhode Island. Alex soon realized that reusing was an even better solution to e-waste. Working with his school, he set up a program that fixed old computers and donated them to students in need. Eventually, this program grew. Now it sends computers to people around the world. Erica Fernandez also cares about the environment. She was 16 years old when she heard that a natural gas plant would be built near her hometown. Erica learned that the plant would pollute the air. It would bring harmful chemicals to nearby towns. Erica decided to do something about it. She organized groups to protest the plant. They spoke out publicly. They wrote letters to the government. Eventually, the state agreed to cancel the plans for the plant. Thanks to Erica, the local environment was saved. Katie Stagliano had a gallant idea that started with a tiny seedling. When Katie was 9 years old, she brought home a cabbage seed from school. From that seed, she grew a 40-pound cabbage in her garden. The cabbage was as big as Katie. She donated it to a soup kitchen, and it helped to feed almost 300 people. After that, Katie never looked back. She has donated thousands of pounds of produce to people in need. Evan Green was only 7 years old when he started the Red Dragon Conservation Team. Its purpose was to protect the tropical rainforest. It has since become an international group of kids who want to save the planet. The kids collect community donations and send them to the Center for Ecosystem Survival, CES, in California. CES uses the donations to buy land in the rainforest and in coral reef areas around the world. This protects the land and sea nearby from being destroyed by humans. Simple ideas solve problems. All of these kids started with a simple idea. They worked to help their community in important ways. Their generosity has affected people around the world. Kids have the power to make a positive change through volunteering. In the words of Evan Green, "You don't have to be an adult to make a difference."